The night began like any other, but it didn't take long for me to realize it would be the one I could never forget. Rain pressed hard against the windows, and I sat alone on the couch, staring at the flickering glow of a candle. Loneliness had a way of crawling into every corner of my life, whispering truths I didn't want to admit. That's when I heard the knock. When I opened the door, he was standing there, my tenant, the young man who lived just downstairs. He was soaked, his shirt clinging to his chest, his dark hair dripping onto his forehead. I'd seen him 100 times before, but never like this. Never with that look in his eyes, a mix of hesitation and longing, as if he knew stepping inside would cross a line neither of us could uncross. "Power's out," he said softly. "I didn't want to bother you, but—" I didn't let him finish. "Come in," I whispered, moving aside. The air shifted the moment he stepped inside. His presence filled the room, warm and heavy, the kind of closeness that made it hard to breathe. I offered him a towel, but when our fingers touched, I felt the spark. His hand lingered longer than it should have, his eyes holding mine like he was searching for permission I didn't dare give. "You're shivering," I murmured, my voice breaking under the weight of what I was feeling. He smiled faintly, lips trembling. "I'll warm up." But the way he said it, the way his eyes traveled down my face, told me he wasn't just talking about the cold. I should have walked away, should have kept my distance. But instead, I found myself reaching up, brushing a wet strand of hair from his forehead. He froze, staring at me, his breath unsteady. In that silence, in that electric pause, the storm outside seemed to roar louder, demanding we give in. And then his lips were on mine. The kiss was hesitant at first, like testing the surface of dangerous waters, but the moment I leaned into it, it deepened with a hunger neither of us could hide. His hand slid to my waist, pulling me closer, while mine tangled in his damp hair, pulling him down to me. The taste of him, warm and desperate, sent shivers down my spine. I gasped against his lips, pulling back for air, my heart racing. "We shouldn't," I whispered, though my fingers clung to his shirt, holding him in place. "Then tell me to stop," he breathed, his forehead resting against mine. But I couldn't. Instead, I kissed him again, harder this time, surrendering to the fire that had been building between us for far too long. We stumbled toward the couch, laughter breaking through the feverish kisses, nervous and breathless. He pressed me down gently, his hands exploring with a tenderness that only made me want him more. Every touch was electric, every kiss deeper, every sound of rain outside sealing us tighter inside our own secret world. I felt the years of loneliness slip away with every brush of his lips, every caress of his hands. My body ached with need, but my heart ached even more, with the terrifying knowledge that I wanted this, needed this, more than anything I had felt in so long. His mouth moved to my neck, sending waves of heat rushing through me. I clutched him closer, whispering his name, barely able to think through the haze of desire. His body pressed against mine, strong and eager, but always with that hint of restraint, as if he needed me to know I was in control, that I could stop this if I wanted. But I didn't want to stop. I wanted to feel him, to drown in him, to forget the rules and the lines and just give myself over to the night. "Stay," I whispered, breathless against his lips. "Don't leave tonight." He pulled back just enough to look at me, his eyes dark with desire but softened with something else, something dangerous, something tender. "Are you sure?" I nodded, my lips trembling. I've never been more sure. The rest of the night unfolded like a dream I wasn't ready to wake from. We kissed until my lips were sore, touched until every inch of me felt alive. Time slipped away, the storm fading outside, but inside we were endless. When it was over, we lay tangled together on the couch, my head resting on his chest, his fingers brushing lazily through my hair. My heart beat fast, but not from fear, from the terrifying, exhilarating realization that everything had changed. He kissed the top of my head softly, his voice barely more than a whisper. "I don't regret it." Neither did I. But as the first light of morning crept through the curtains, reality pressed against my chest. The world outside didn't know yet, but it would. And when it did, nothing would ever be the same. I closed my eyes, clutching him tighter, choosing, for now, to live only in the truth of that night. Because one night really had changed everything.